today's video, guys, I got you the new best controller settings here after the Season 5 Reloaded update. Now, if you're having any troubles getting accurate kills, getting high kill games, increasing your KD, or getting your first nuke, these settings are going to help you out a ton. So if you guys are new and find this video to help, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel with notice on, and let's get into it. Now, jumping into my settings here now, we're going to start with our controller settings, which I do want to mention real quick that I use an aim controller. If you want to buy one, I think these are the best in the market. They're better than Scuffs, they're better than Battle Beavers, and I think having a controller that has paddles on the back definitely helps you get better. You don't have to move your thumbs off the analog sticks. You can jump using the right and left paddle, which I do. If you want to go buy one, make sure to go in the description or in the pinned comment and go use code Paradox for 5% off. I promise with these controllers, they are going to help out a ton. For the first thing that I want to talk about here in our controller settings, you know me already. I don't go through every single setting. We only need to go through things that we need to change here. And the first thing is going to be our controller vibration. I'm telling you, if you have this on, go ahead and turn that off. I'm sure most of you, if you've watched my settings videos, you already have this off here, but if you're new to this video, make sure you have the controller vibrations off. It is going to help you out a ton in those gunfights. Everything causes a vibration in this game, from your gun shooting to a grenade exploding, a door opening. Literally everything in this game causes a vibration. It could throw your aim off in the middle of a gunfight, so go ahead, turn it off. It might get time to get used to, but definitely having this off is going to help you out a ton, so make sure to have this off. Now, for our dead zone inputs, if you guys want to just quickly copy these down, what I do with my settings here for my dead zone inputs is really just make the controller very sensitive, which can help you have a better reaction time. It's going to make your controller have a better reaction time and also keep your controller healthy. If you buy a new controller with an aim controller, copy these settings down. You don't have to mesh down on your controllers really, analog sticks really hard or anything like that. You're not going to wear them out really fast or anything like that. Our controller is very sensitive. It's going to help you be better. It's going to help your controller be healthier and last longer, so go ahead and copy the dead zone inputs. Really easy to use. Now, going over here into our aiming settings, we have our horizontal and vertical stick sensitivity, which I'm keeping mine at 7.7. There's no reason for me to go higher, any lower. I think 7.7 is perfect. It's not too fast. It's not too slow. Just kind of in the middle. And you see in my gameplays, I'm able to turn on people still. You know, if people are shooting me, I can quickly turn around, snap onto different targets and everything. You guys already know that. So 7.7, in my opinion, is the best sensitivity for your vertical and horizontal sensitivity. ADS sensitivity multiplier, we have it at 0.75. Now, I actually went down in a lot of my settings videos. This is probably a new thing that you're going to want to change here. Now, most of my settings videos, you know, I'm having it at like 1.00. I went down to 0.95. 0.90, 0.85, 0.80, and usually in my videos I say don't usually go past 0.80, but 0.75, I'm telling you guys, is super nice. You've been seeing the videos. My aim has been super on point. I mean, I'm hitting people very accurately and everything like that. So having 0.75 with your vertical and horizontal sensitivity at 7.7 is just a god tier combo. It's really good. You're going to be very accurate. You're still able to look around fast, but once you aim down sights, it's going to be slower. You can track your targets easier. You're going to be able to go through and shoot your targets. It's going to be more accurate and everything like that. So definitely having this on the ADS sensitivity multiplier at 0.75 is going to be really good. Now, for the next thing, we're going to be talking about our aim response curve type, which I have it on linear. Now, a lot of it was like season 4, season 3 loaded. Everyone said start using linear. Linear is better than dynamic now. Now, you could argue, is dynamics good? Is it a placebo effect or not? But I think I saw a video on Twitter as well that linear, they proved that linear is better than dynamic now. So if you use linear, you can switch it and try it out. This is like, it also says, it says ideal for players who have mastered the tweaking of their aiming settings, and ideal for more experienced players for dynamic. So you want to master your settings? Do you just want to be more of an experienced player? Linear is going to be your best option for your aim response curve type here. Now, going down to our aim assist settings next here, we have our target aim assist on. Now, sometimes after updates and hot fixes, this sometimes just randomly turns off. It has happened to me and it's happened to other people as well. So always go through after hot fixes, after updates, small patches and everything. Make sure to go through your settings and make sure some of these settings are turned on. Some of them are turned off. It just happens sometimes. This is one of the main settings that happens to the most here. So make sure to go into your settings, target aim assist, you want to have it on. If you're a console player using a controller, a PC player using a controller, you do want to have aim assist, because basically, like a lot of people say on mouse and keyboard, aim assist is a free aimbot to controller players. That's what people say. I think it helps out a ton. If it's in the game, of course, I'm going to abuse it. And the aim assist is pretty strong this year, so we're going to abuse something that's very broken, so make sure to have this on. Now, our aim assist type, we have it on default. Now, Black Ops used to be the best. It's what everyone used to run. Now, I know it got nerfed in Modern Warfare 2, and then some people said it got nerfed again here in Modern Warfare 3. It was like in Season 1 or 2. Now, I will say, focusing and precision, they're just not good. You don't want to use them. And I think default, in my opinion, which most people run now, default is your best option as your aim assist type. I think this is the best one to use, so of course, add this on here. Now, jumping over here into our gameplay settings, for the first thing we're going to be talking about is our movement behaviors, and that is the automatic sprint, which I have on automatic tactical sprint. Now, I've said this in every setting that I've uploaded here in the last few years, from Modern Warfare 2 to Vanguard, and even in this game. Automatic tac sprint is going to be your best friend if you're trying to be aggressive, learn how to be aggressive, be more aggressive here. This has definitely helped me out a ton, getting higher kill games and everything like that. And just most people now, when it comes to having an aggressive playstyle, some people just can't comprehend what's going on. So having that aggressive playstyle is really nice, again, if you're trying to get higher kill games and get easy nukes. So having this on, and also it's banned in the competitive scene, so of course we're going to abuse that. Also, we have our tactical sprint behavior. We have it on single tap run. So this is just, again, this is a setting here that's just going to make your controller more sensitive here. When we have automatic tac sprint on, so we just have to lift our controller up here, but also this makes it easier on our tactical sprint, so we're not having to mesh down on our analog stick to run. So having this on is going to help out a ton, and also this is banned in the competitive scene, so again, abuse that. Now, these next things you want to have on off. We have ground mantle, we have on off. Automatic airborne mantle off, automatic ground mantle / hang, we have this off. So sometimes, you know, it's happened to me, it's happened to you, I'm sure. If you're in gunfights, you're jumping around because everyone bunny hops now. If you go through like a box or a car, you're going to automatically jump that if you don't have these settings off. You're going to lose those gunfights. So like I've said in my videos, there is so many small things in this game can get you killed in a gunfight. So these settings are definitely a must-have off, in my opinion, in this game. Now, for our slide dive behavior, I have on slide only. I'm not really a huge fan of the diving. You know, if I could master the diving and the sliding and everything like that, I feel like I'd be a lot better at the game. But I feel like slide only is really the only thing that I need to have on. Slide canceling, moving fast around the map and everything. But with us having automatic tac sprint on, we really don't need to be using hybrid, which most people ask you to have on here. We're not running. We're always tac sprinting, so you're never going to be able to dive unless you have on slide and dive. So I only have on slide only, which I think is the most important thing here in the game. Now, getting to my graphic settings here, these are very important that you need to copy down. For the first thing that we have here is our FOV, our field of view, which I have it at 117. Now, don't max it out at 120. If you max it out at 120, sometimes it can cause some delays, some input delays and everything like that. So I'd never max out at 120. I always keep it at 117, 115, somewhere in that area. The human eye is not going to tell the difference between 117 and 120, so make sure to have it on 117. Your ADS field of view, I have mine on affected. This is the right way to play Call of Duty. Having on independent, now I would understand if you're like a submachine gun player in the competitive scene and stuff. I know there is some people that use independent, but most of the time with all these guns now, just having a lot of recoil and visual recoil, affected is going to be really good because when you aim down sights, your camera's not going to zoom in. So if there's any visual recoil or a lot of recoil, it's going to tone down a little bit. So having on affected is going to be pretty awesome. Now, for our weapon field of view, we have it on wide, so this is going to make the weapon smaller. So with wide field of weapon field of view, our effective ADS field of view, and us having a 117 FOV here, when I upload no recoil builds and I get those comments, hey, I copy your builds down, but I'm still getting recoil, these settings right here help out a ton. So the visual recoil isn't bad. The recoil doesn't look as bad, but if I had on independent 100 FOV and everything, it'd be kind of crazy. It would be easier to control, but sometimes still crazy with the visual recoil and everything that this games have now. So have these settings on. It's going to make it a lot easier when finding your weapon. Now for my camera settings here, we're going to have our world and weapon motion blur. We want to have these off. Now, if you have these on before, you know how blurry the game can look here. Now I'm telling you, sometimes if someone's camping in a corner, someone's in a dark area, you're just spinning around too fast, sometimes the game can be blurry enough where you're not going to see them. So having these settings off is definitely going to make the game very clear. You're going to see better and everything. So these are very important to have off. Film grain, we have it at 0.00 all the way down. We don't want our game looking grainy or anything like that, nasty looking, so have these at 0.00. And for the final thing here I want to talk about in our graphic settings is going to be our first person camera movement. Now, if you're someone that has crazy movement, looking everywhere, you don't have crazy motion sickness, we don't want to have that, so having this at 50% is going to help out a ton with that, so make sure to have this at 50%. Now, for our audio settings, there's nothing too crazy I want to talk about here, but the first thing I want to talk about is our audio mix, headphone bass boost. Now, a lot of people's asked what headset I run. I run the Astro A40s. These are some of the best gaming headsets that you can run here, but earbuds, gaming headsets, and everything, I think they're a must-have here if you're playing first-person shooters and everything. You want to be able to hear your gunfights. You want to be able to hear people running near you, to sound whore people and everything, and also just having that headphone bass boost on here in Call of Duty, running earbuds or a headset. You're going to be able to hear people above you, underneath you, the left of you, the right of you. You're going to be able to hear the game more clear, so having on headphone bass boost is going to be a must-have. Same with our speaker output. We do want to have it on stereo. I just have it on stereo. I think it makes the game sound a little bit more crisp and everything here. And then for the final thing I want to talk about in my volumes is going to be the only things that you need to have on: the dialogue volume and the effects volume. These are the only things that you need to have on here. Dialogue is going to be the voiceover of your character, and sometimes you might not see someone, but your operator can call someone out. That's a new thing that they have here in Call of Duty now. So having on dialogue is going to be very important here, which I have it on 60. And then my effects volume, I want to hear my gun shoot. I want to hear explosions go off and everything. So I have it on 60, and that's the only thing I want to talk about here in my audio settings. Now, for my interface settings, there is a few things that I've changed here in my last few videos that definitely is going to make the game look better. It's going to help you see a lot better and everything. And also, there's some settings here that's going to make you a better player. Now, for the first thing I want to talk about is color customization. Now, I have this on custom here. I have changed a few of these colors, but the main thing I want to talk about is the color filter. We want to have it on filter 2. It just makes it a little bit more vibrant. We're going to have color filter target on both, so we have world and interface here. So on the mini map, the map itself and everything, and the people that you aim at. And we have our world color intensity at 100, same with our interface color. Now, if you guys want to copy these colors down real quick, you can just copy down these codes here, take a quick screenshot. These are my mini map settings and just the colors that I use for my settings here now. It's just a little bit more vibrant so I can see what's going more on in the game. So if you guys want to copy these down, there you go. Now we're going to go down to our HUD here, and the first thing I want to talk about is our mini map shape. Square. We want to have it on square. Get more surface area on a square, then you do a circle, so you get to see more of the mini map. And as you guys see here, I mean, I'll hide the face cam real quick. You see completely more of the map rust. Yes, I know it's the map rust. From the circle to the square, you definitely see a lot more. Now, I will say, if you're running the advanced UAV, the UAV, or anything like that, if you're trying to learn how to run spawns, learn how to where people are spawning and everything as this, you want to have the square map on so you can see more, you can see where people are spawning, and just learn how to, learn the spawns. That is one of the main things on how to get higher kill games. You want to know the spawns, where people are spawning. You can spawn trap them, get ready for people to push you from that spawn and everything. So you definitely want to know that. Now, this is a setting that I've turned on. I had it in my last settings, but like from season 1 to like season 3, I had this setting off, which is the horizontal compass. Now, I don't know what it is, but a lot of people are starting to run the counter UAV, and basically having the compass on, you just know where everyone's at. So if someone's shooting, they can't counter this out, so having the compass on can come in clutch at times. The crosshairs. Now, this is one of the main things I want to talk about, and I'm telling you guys, this is one of the main things that's going to help you get better. Now, one thing that's going to help you get better is centering. Now, we're going to have our crosshairs on static, so our crosshairs is always on. Center dot we want to have on, and our center dot scale we want to have it on larger, which is the middle dot. Now, one thing it's important, I've said in all my videos and even in live streams, centering is very important when playing Call of Duty. You want to be able to center your shots. You always want to center yourself, so when in those gunfights, you know where the center of the screen is, so you can aim, really quick, take people out really accurately, and move on. And I think centering is very important here in Call of Duty, and this is the first step on how to get better at centering. So copy these down: static, center dot on, center dot scale larger. You could even use largest if you can't really see that as well, but I think larger is going to be your best option. And then for the final thing I want to talk about here in my settings is going to be the player names. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys know there is spots around the map, and a lot of the maps really, where if you aim through a wall, you can see sometimes, and even through smoke grenades and everything, you know, cars exploding through those smokes and grenades exploding through their smokes, you can see the players' names. Now, having it on full name, you can see their clan tag and you can see their full name. Now, a lot of people, if they have long names, which, you know, some people can have crazy long names, that's a disadvantage. That's why my name is very small, so you can't really see it when I'm aiming through the smoke or you're aiming through the smoke or anything like that. So having on full name is a huge cheat code when it comes to just aiming down sights, seeing their name above them. So it is going to help you out a lot better. Make sure to have this on as well. In my opinion, though, these are the best settings here after the Season 5 Reloaded update, so go ahead, copy them down. Let me know in the comments what was your best gameplay that you got, and also let me know something that you changed in your settings. But guys, thanks so much for watching. You guys stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.